Men wag mek. Gijeton huske. Nu weet je give me nikke. Ske. Dum don't nagans or nagans. Get this off here. Comment. Got fired up on a computer there, so got some things. My other computer doesn't have the visuals, and today we need these visuals. In my way, this the cause man bissing don't. When bissing don't, but ma kicken dat men bissing do knoma gus men do knoma ge swim dinner. Swim dinner and swim don't sit bones. Nish benod jack and I walk. Sachi win Chim went on hockey to get give in my wick. Give in my wick. I want to get real good at hockey, so I'm going to practice real hard. So right, Dad? So he says, yep. Okay. He's pretty dedicated on that, I guess. Wasn't sure if I wanted to enroll him in there. Seems like he's going. Francis Chimwen Dun Gamut Mena Chimwen Dun Zin Biget. The Ton Zin Biget Tara. Mena Ta Gamut. Chim. I would say my favorite singer, my favorite little voice. So she says Francis. I just said that, talked about a little bit about them. Sachi Chimwen Don hockey Twaget, so he really likes to play hockey. And Francis likes to sing and draw. And those are things that she hears singing every day. Hears singing all the time. Now I hear a nice little voice coming out. Some ads are popping up. Oh, scare. Change it up a little bit. Oh, Ginog Nishnaabemwin. Ginog is Niman. Oh. Some ads are popping up. Okay. We'll just keep some coming up. We'll just have to push it out to the side. Oh, Niman Alec give it what's on. Mary. Nishnaabem Tawik non ge. Oh, Chim ni bwa ni bwagi kino mogsamin ni bwagi geek chabop min ge PR young way de TPR young way de Mary PR young way Marianne thought geek chabop min nin Alec Mary. And so every time we visit there, Chibopmin. So I said, Nin Mina Alligator and what's on. So he and I went and visited Mary Dokies, and she was and geek Nishnaabemwin og ni wa geek no mogzamin is that we learned lots. You know, min geek chabop min. We had we had lots of laughs. Min geek chim noas min. Megwa young weden thought. Megwa young is like while we were there, and dot is her place. Yeah, and then yaw young was while we were there. Just want to tell you that. So while we were there, we got to learn a little bit about the about some ducks. So today we nongum nin minalik geek scoop geek scoop geek scoop non geek scoop daya geek scoop non she sheep min ka basic she sheep geek scoop non. So we plucked them. Nin Alec mina Alec mina ni kek ayog eknomogsichik eknomog one of those the students nin Alec mina eknomog gi chick scoop non mina okay ka question minwa eknomog geep scoop eknomog geek scoop na one gim gin kun. I don't know if that's right, but I tried to say the students they plucked the geese too. And in make why young, we did Mary and thought Aleki Quetchmon Marine. Wonder tung duck. Nishnaabemwin Mary gi uh, Mary gi on Gary Winmo on Alec gun. Gee sheep. Mm. On tung mallard Nishnaabemwin. Oh, ay Guinea cake and hekid yon. Oh, nin ship mallard. Nin ship. There, scare. Oh, and Gungi didn't be see. I didn't draw. I don't know how to say I didn't draw them. I don't know how to say that. With the artist in the house here, and Alec Dokies did these, and they're part of his lessons there. Pretty fancy, no? Check it out. Yeah, all of it. Check it out. So yeah, I'll just show you some of these words that we learned from Mary. There's one there. Well, let's say this one here, ship or ship. You know, because the B or P, I heard we were listening. Depending on what side of what ear you listen from, it was a B or a P. So nin ship or nin ship. That's how you say mallard. We asked for other ducks, but we ended up started telling lots of jokes, and then we just we lost track there. But anyways, we had a good laugh actually right here because the first time she picked the word, she said, Josh. And then she started laughing really hard, and we didn't know why. But she pictured the ducks having one of these right here. And because like this is it, conch. This is what I heard. This is what it sounded like to me. Conge. Sound like it was nasally. And that's the beak. So here's some. It's pretty nice when we get to go visit some of these speakers there. They're hearing words. They're saying words that they said they never said in a long time. So it's really cool to hear all these things. And next one, we'll go down here. Oh, so we'll just say we'll go back and do a quick review. So G sheep is duck. Nin ship is a mallard. Conge or conge. Yeah, conge. Conge is a beak. Now here we go. Ninguin gun. So it's gun. Ween gun. Here's we're using the G twice here now. We're going ning, then gween gun. Ninguin gun. So that's what's going on there. Ninguin gun. That's one wing. Oh, I'll show you. Ninguin gun. Right here. What's it? No, what's that? What's up, Ma? You know what I would say? So if I say what's it? What's it? What's it? So why do you think I would say what's it for this? And then what's that for this? Let's find out. Okay, next one. That was just one wing. And now this one's like wings. And I even asked, I said, could we say this? Like, want to go eat some chicken wings? So I said, could we say Ningui Nug? Okay, Ningui Nug. Ningui Nug Nui Mog. So I want to eat chicken wings, as that says. Ningui Nug. So how do you just by that sentence, could you tell me if it's animate or inanimate? Ningui Nug. Ningui Nug Nui Mog. No, okay. Pishqua Kno Mog on. Up to Nui Mog Ningui Nug. Could you are you able to tell me if up chum nui mog ningui nug? By that sentence, just by the way the sentence and by the endings, could you tell me if it's animate or inanimate? Living, non-living? Up chum nui mog ningui nug. Peach cock no mog on. Or peach. Ningui nug. I'm just gonna get this thing loaded up on this side so I can see comments, people's comments. Animate. Okay, so why do you know that? How do you know that? Oh, yep. There you go. Ningui Nug, the AG. And also, so another way to hear it is like in the verb. Optrum nui moag. So moi is the verb for eating something that's animate. Optrum nui moag ningui nug. So you could say chicken wings. Oh, up chum nui mo nin ship ningwinug. Duck wings. Anyone ever have duck wings? I never. Oh yeah, duck legs. Oh, remember when I the earliest memory is having duck there. I remember going across the road and he's like my goalkeeper's like here, um, wumine, mama. So go give that to your mom. Gone he can't see, uh, gone he can't see what it was, but up trim not talk what it smelled really good. And then wasn't sure, so we go in there, and then sure enough, oh, steam, and then she then ship gi gigi san oh nin ship ban gigi san cook miss when give me when I cook miss give me non mom on Glennon cook miss give me non Glennon she buck ho gi quet stone up chum up cause ah sheesh and then ship when I geek to kinami jim gi me jin kinam we ask gi me jin oh and then I looked on the inside oh takkan takkan gi gok miss gibi ton gi ton takkan bin jaing jishi bin jaing jishi sit I don't know how to make that in the stomach there inside ho up chum nap what the takkan up chum nap katon takkan okay or sintan give up chum nap koze she sheep chum nap kwatim takkan tak up chum nap kozwak she sheep mena kak up chum nap kozwak mena nap kwat for oh I'm getting off track am I small Mick and but oh yeah, I'm just showing you the anime, just using different ways of saying it. So I'll just tell you what I was saying then before I'm just leaving in but nothing. But nap quat. Oh, I was just saying nap quat. She sheep or nap koze. She sheep. The nap quat tak. So just how our language works is always gotta change your word when you if you want to say the duck tastes good, you have to change your word nap koze like that up G sheep nap koze. That tastes good. But if you want to say plural, so G she buck, the ducks taste good. G she buck nap kozwak. So nap koze nap kozwag or nap kozwak is like the plural. So or you could say G she menan ka nap kozwak plural two. So it's still nap kozwag. But if you want to say potato, one potato, nap kwat takan or tak, then nish takan ho nap kwadon. So nap kwadon, nap kwat. There's a difference. There's a oh I don't even know how to say it. Doesn't taste good. Gan nup gan nup sheep. Wait, I won't say that. It's one of my favorite foods. Uh, okay, here's some of the. Well, finish these words here, I guess. Lingui nug. I mean to go off like that. just some little words here if you just for your own. If you want to write this down, whatever. She sheep, and the duck feather is she sheep meeg one. And then meeg one is a feather. Let's look at it. Look at it. Meeg guanak. Meeg guanak. So that tells us that it's animate again. So see, and then look at zit. Is your foot zit? Then now, if you want to say foots, zidan. Isn't it funny? Like, so the feathers are animate, but these are inanimate. The feet, elbows are animate, shoulders and knees. but no, just there has to be some kind of reason. I just don't know. Anyways, a lot of it's the same. Oh, almost. But if you look down here, what am I here? Where are you? Wobs it there. Web toes. Wobs it there. Yeah, for the human body, the where the joints are, the movement is where it's animate. What else is new here? Oh, there's just Nika, Iguanug. Just show you goose feathers. Plural. It's animate. Feathers. Okay. Just wanted to show you that. Just something just to, it's nice to. There you go. Check it out. Not bad, eh? Oh, wait. So we have we'll finish off the worksheet we were working on last week. Finish up those. The worksheet. Yeah. Just a quick refresher. I'm not going to say them all. I'm just going to talk about singular. If you look at the singular, that's like the original form, I guess. M-quad. Not going to be too much. That's the base. And then when we pluralize it, you just got to pay attention to the endings of the way the words end, and that will help you figure out how things work. I don't know the little pattern that well, but I know sometimes it's like if it's double A's, it's always the plural is always gonna be an. That's one of the things I see, kind of like as a pattern. When it's a 1A gun or bun, sometimes it gets shorter, but there has to be a vowel before it for it to happen. So like Jiutagan, there's a vowel before the G, so Jiutagnan. So it couldn't do that. We could shorten it. So if we could shorten it, basically what I've noticed, we're gonna do it. And I find it now that we say it like this, it's so hard to say words from other dialects because they put different what do you call them? Letters in there, vowels in there. They have little extras. It's harder to say it because we're just so used to saying it like this. But so that's one of the ones that I know. Also, you got just pay attention to how the word works sometimes. So like in bob, if you could see you see the word sometimes it's longer. There's like when you say, because if you say someone's making soup, you'd put ike, boob ike. So there's that e comes in again. So It just happens every once in a while through the word. So that's what's consistent about that IIN, in. Kind of like that's a part of the word sometimes, sometimes not that I. Anyways, that's so just we need to go do some research and stuff. Just pay attention to the ends. Oh, one before. Then if it ends in a vowel already, so like dodo schmede, there's a few other b. If the noun ends in just a vowel, dodo shabo, it's just gonna take on the n. It's just gonna take an n. So that's the shortest the plural ending could get is just an n. So dodos meden. So dodos meded ends with a vowel. Dodos meden. Okay, I'll be quiet about that. Diminutive is just it's gonna be four different ones. It's gonna be s, is, os, or os. So just like the nasal sounds that we have in our use me. It's geek chin gum with laximo this weekend. My voice is still trying to recover. Oh, I have to like really push a little bit of power just to get some voice. Oh, me guayo on te laximo. Algonquinak. Algonquinak. I don't know if that's how you'd say it, but like they're I believe they're Algonquin over there, and their greeting I believe is quite. I tried. I said, and so I learned that. That was pretty cool. But I went. There's one of the head elders. Gini ke jin kozot, jin kozot. So Ginishnaabem tawa, Ginishnaabem and Ginishnaabem tawa. Ongi Giwawi dentmik. She smiled at me and Gimajinishnabem Gimajinishnabem tawik after or God Majinishnabem tag. It's another way to say that. So sometimes I'm not even I'm not even going to that. Hear my voice is kind of Nishnabem the old Megwa and then when she was talking to me Gin Setwag Gin Setwa Gin Setwa Megwa Nishnabemut. Like I was able to understand her what she was talking when she's talking about. And then she just started talking about. Well, Gikwechma said kinawiya na tonish na bem tonish na bem ma. Yeah, that's what I said. Tonish na bem ma. Oh, tonish na bem mum. There we go. Tonish na bem mum ma. And she said, hey, kina. And then she started telling me a story about that. But the younger children are starting to not speak. That's what she just started saying, and that's they're starting to talk English. But it's pretty cool to hear. It was definitely a language barrier, but I was happy that I was able to communicate through Nishnaabemwin because it was French and Algonquin. So it was pretty cool. So language backs us up big time sometimes out there, and after it was just a really nice conversation to have, and then with her, and holy man, they could speak. It's cool, really cool to hear that the language spoken in that kind of form. Like just everyone speaks it over there. It's cool. Anyways, going to diminutive, like I said, as, is, ons, and os. Those are the four that you're gonna come up that you're gonna get. And if it so same thing like if you see M Quan, if it ends in AAN, most of the time it's gonna be ass. That's one little thing that I know. Or most of it's the most common one is ass. But look at, you see a bulb, and bulbi, then bombis. See, the east comes in again, comes in play. So sometimes you see how it sometimes it just how it follows up on the word. So it doesn't follow a exact pattern. It kind of changes per word. So like that, bulbin, bulbin now is plural, bulbis. Okay, so that's, and then and then sometimes if it ends in gan, sometimes, so look at takegan. Why? Because I thought it was the if I was going to use the same kind of deal as geotagan and pueban. Because see, it's geotagnas. It goes like the same pattern. You just drop that last a, then you can put your either your plural or your diminutive. But now it's doing something else. You could do different things. So it's just showing you that. See, pueban, puebnes, geotagnas, but I tried. I said geotagnas, and like, oh no, takegons. Like, oh, takegons. Okay, okay, yep. So it does change sometimes. So sometimes the gan could be comes. Sometimes it shows up as gons or ons instead of just shortening it. Pretty cool though. I like the way it works. And then diminutive plural is just making it smaller and then more of them. That's it. So this is the plural. I mean, the way it works for this is just kind of like, which is all right. That all the plural endings are going to stay the same. So all the plural endings are going to stay the same. They're going to be un, or uk, or ug, or un. Those are going to be the plural endings. But so you just pay attention to your the way your noun diminutizes. Just kidding. I don't know if that's weird or not. If it's diminutive or not, pay attention to the diminutive. And when you do diminutive plural, you know what to do. I hate talking in that language. So, or when you make it smaller, then then when you make it smaller, the smaller rule, you follow that. See, it's hard. It's kind of hard to explain it now. So I kind of have to use that language sometimes. But this one's like, the last one was a little easier to use. Okay, let's just go down to we had some unfinished business from last week, from our last meeting. So I'd like to, this is, remember that, eh? Gishna Don and Gishna. We'll stop right here for a second. We'll go right to the top of the sheet. Just want to do a quick little. So here's here's where we're at. So we're like Shkikid Winan is new words, as we know. Then Gishna Don is your verb to buy something that is non-living. I gotta find different words for this though, for it, because it's not living. Oh wait, how do I see this? Because like the way, just because how some of the words work like this, like a foot and a feather, they become just a way of speaking. It's just a rule instead of a not living, non-living kind of thing. It does work that way. So I don't know what I'm getting at now, I guess. Gishna na is your verb for to buy something that is animate. And then the N, that's talking about you. I don't know why I only put the N in there because we're using a lot more language, but you figured it out quite easy, so that was cool. But anyways, that's our quick little review on this word Gishna. Oh, then our question for changes it up a bit. Wagnen wa gish na doyan. Okay, I just want to ask you a little bit about this. What part in that sentence talks about wants to? Wagnen wa gish na doyan. What part in that sentence talks about wants to? Or what? Oh, wede. Source for sports kija. Jigish na doyan. No, no, no. Jigish. Yeah, yeah. Jigish na doyan rollerblades. And I gone at tagigish na dozin. Gigish na don shke shades. Shke shades gigish na don. Shke hair gigish na don. Oh, oh, oh. The wa. The wa in the sentence, Wagnen wa. That is the part that tells you that it's talking about time. So your time marker is almost always going to be located in front of the verb. Almost always, I'm going to say that because it is always almost, but sometimes there's an error. So like bun. So you kind of use it in a person as a person. Someone passed away. So when I use my dad's name, bun. So my dad, but the bun tells us that he's passed. But you could say that in a sentence too. Uh, so like if I had something, just when you just get paid when you get paid for work, you get paid and you're all happy. Then all the bills come out and well, and bun yeah. So while I had it, well, and bun eh. So that's what you could say. I think you could say that. I heard Muriel say it like that in a sentence. I think, if I remember correctly, and bun. So I had it. So that tells it's in the past too. But I don't know. My research isn't that deep into that word, that specific way of speaking yet. So I kind of know a little bit. I know "neek" is an error way, but I don't know exactly what it means. But I know it's like B form of that stuff. So I think so. It's pretty cool. Anyways, going down a little bit. Nuigish na don mokman. So it's I want to buy. So the N in the front talks about me. The we is wants to. Same thing as wa. So you see the verb. Your verb is gishna don. Just look in front of there. You'll always find or almost always you'll find your tense marker. And then in front of your tense marker, you're almost always gonna find your well, I'm not gonna say that. Half the time you're gonna find the tense marker. I mean your pronoun in front of the tense marker. I don't know if that's making sense to anybody, but that's just how things line up most of the time. But if you go into a sentence like up here, like Wagnen wa gish natoyan, that's a question, but it puts the sentence in a C form sentence. So I'm just gonna talk. I'm gonna geek out in Ojibwe a little bit here. Geek out, but it's true. I love this stuff, man. I just so this is where I love to talk about this stuff. What was I gonna say now, freak? Okay, C form sentence. So Wagnen wa Gishnado That's now a C form sentence. Nui Gishnadon is A form. Okay, so A form, this is what we're gonna have to learn. A form, B form, and C form. Those three. So you know some of them. They just The A form and B form, C form. They almost take on the same rule, but C form has a rule in the front too. So I'm going to show you. Just, I know you probably think I'm just making things up, but later on in your language journey, this will come up. So, Wagnen Wagish Nadoyan. So you see your tense marker changes to wa. That's kind of like the rule. And I don't know exactly when it happens, but I know in a sentence like this, so wagnen wagish. So whenever you get in the what, how do you call it? What do you call this? I don't know what this is called in English. Like these kind of questions. Wagnen, who, what, where's, and why's. Maybe we'll just go with that. It'll most of the time will take you into a C form way. So the B form, there's an ending. So like yan, see that yan at the end? I don't know why I'm telling you all this stuff. Never mind. So just the wa is in the front. That's how I know it's a C form, okay? And yan is you. Going down to number 3 in a sentence. Or no, not number 3, but just third sentence down. Mokmon na quigish na don. Sorry, I didn't. Sorry for my language there. But yeah, third sentence down, I meant to say. Mokmon na quigish na don. Just as a quick review before we do the last little bit. Sorry if I'm boring you. But Mokmon na quigish na don. So what part in this sentence talks about you? Yep. The K is the U. No, in this sentence is just in the front where the K is. Yeah. And then I think you know this, but I'm just gonna see anyways. What about your question? What part in that sentence is your question marker? So don't really need a question mark at the end because our question mark is in the sentence. Just doing it for the for the English eyes. Nah, nah is our so we don't really need a question marker in there because nah is already telling us that. Cool. Anyways, so this was idea was just so you could have a little dialogue with somebody with these just to practice if you want to start practicing on your own practicing. So this is ideas for something that you can take home and practice, but also this is the introduction to some of the rules of like animate inanimate stuff. So it's actually a little more than that. So that's what's tough about Ojibwe. You try to explain one little thing, it just opens up all kinds of things. So I want to explain that C form, but I remembered that we didn't even do B form. So then I'll be talking about, but it's just B form is in the ending. So anyways. And then so you have a little sentence, but also now you could use this. You could use it in the negative speaking. So I was gawin nui gish na dozin mokman. So what part in there tells us that it's a negative sentence? That's so wow. Nui gish na don. Yep, I want to buy it. Um, Mokman na quigish na don. That's still affirmative. Then gawin quigish na dozin mokman. So that makes it negative. So what parts in this sentence tells you that it's negative? Any indicators in there? What? Yep. Man. Yeah, it's the Gawain and the Zine. Gawain. So it's gonna start in front of the sentence, but it's also gonna be a part of the verb too. So the Zine part. So the crazy little rule that's going on here is that oh, actually I could open up this computer. I should be able to see the. Oh, hey, you could see it. All right. So see that zine? That Z, that's your negative part of the sentence. It's that Z right there. That tells us it's negative. But also, that Z doesn't just tell me it's negative. That Z tells me it's inanimate too. I could tell by the way that I could tell just by the that negative turns into a Z. It kind of tells me that it's inanimate. So it's so this language kind of tells you lots of indications. So when you start getting the when you start knowing these little rules and start getting your ears more tuned to this, you can really hear the indications. And it's like it's oh yep, going in the zine. Yes. My computer's probably slow. So that okay. So we're gonna go down all the way down to number 4. In the number 4, there we go. Because that was your that was your introduction. Oh yes, we should be able to get through this one right now. Through one. Okay. Wagnen egis na doyan. Ano nektong Wagnen egis na doyan. Shagna shimong. Mina kakwej minim. Wagnen ano nektong Wagnen ano nektong Wagnen. Let me start this over. Ano nektong Wagner egis na doyan. Jagna shimong. There. I feel better. Wagner egis na doyan. Yeah, yep. What are you buying? That is correct. So that's what are you buying? Okay. So how would you know it was like are you? Like what made you choose are you? Like a present word. Why for, man? Why for are you doing that? Hey, yes. It's the E in the front. So that's in that will tell you that it's a C form sentence because there's going to be like a just a letter in the front or the the you're going to see wa ga or ge your words moving in different spots. So yes, eh. So the present one is most of the time it's eh, but I'm just going to throw this in your ears. Some because the rule is that from what I heard is that um the first vowel of the sentence will change. The first vowel is going to change to another. There's a set of vowels that on the side here. There's a set of vowels, secret set of vowels. I'm not going to tell them all right away. Hey, no, you know them. The eh. So that's for present because it's usually the person. It's the first vowel. But what we do here is we put a. So sometimes you see this e come up. Eh. Egish na doyan. So you'll see it teamed up with a verb. You know it's a C form sentence. So egish na doyan. That means so that little e secret e just pops up there. So that will tell you that it's gonna do that. What are you buying? Just want to explain that a little bit. Okay. Now, how do we're gonna answer that? Takkegas dogis na don. Takkegas dogis na don. On an ekton takkegas dogis na don. Jagna Simon. On an ekton takkegas dogis na don. Jagna Simon. Oh, potatoes. That's your final answer for potatoes. Hey. You think that's the ending? So here's if it's potatoes. Yeah. Not potatoes. Not potatoes. Not potatoes. No. So the reason why you'd hear the rule about pluralizing things. The plural is going to happen in your noun and in your verb. So if you look at your verb, there's no plural, so that will tell you. Also, if you look at missing and thought, gakkedut. Oh, see, I used the C form sentence. Look, so you know the word wa. I'm just gonna say this because it's on my mind. But see the word wa? A wagnan means what? But in this sentence, I said gakkedut. Gakkedut bising and dot me. So what Nibising and dot said is correct. So I'm using what, but there's no wagnan. But because but the C form sentence could do stuff like that, those little trickeries. But the goss, oh, I freak! I wanted to ask, but the os in the word means it's little potato. So I'm buying a little potato. Kind of silly sentence, but it's a sentence. Okay, going into pushing around at a time. We gotta go fast. How would you say that? Anekdong togish na don naptakegas. Naptakegas. Shagna Shimon. Anekdong togish na don naptakegas. Shagna Shimon. Wien motion. Oh, you know what? You're gonna have to think on that. Oh, yeah, yep. That's kind of like you want to buy basically, or no, not want to, because it's not wa. No, we. It's dough, so it's gonna be. You're buying a little potato. That's what that is gonna say. Okay, we'll take a little break. We'll be back in the non-bagos. Oh, no, no. I was said the wrong word now. 10. Yep, yep. Toss bagos. Yeah. Me square. Wait, not ready. Just kidding. Okay. Where the heck were we? Oh, just didn't write it in. That was my mistake. Takegos. I want to. No, I am buying a little potato. Oh, and this. What we got here? You want to buy potatoes? What did we say it was? Yeah, you get to think about your. Go back and think about what you said. So if it's want to, it'd be a different tense marker, no? If it's do gish na don na takegos. Are you sure? Yeah, there we go. Yep. That do is telling us that it's right now. Do. Right there. Wrong computer. You buying do gish na don na takegos. So even little hint when you get that to get that intonation. So you see, nah, again, it's second in the sentence. But again, the way the word lines up there, it's a P and a T. So you see two consonants are lined up together. It's good. You run that nah right into it. Nup. Nup takegos. Are you buying a little potato? Okay. Is that the only way you could say this sentence? Nup takegos. Does that word order have to stay in that order? Are you buying potatoes? A little. Are you buying a little potato? That's what that sentence is. So how in a legit way, what would be another way you could ask that question? Togish na don napakegos. So the hint is word order. What would be another word order way you'd say? What other word order could you do with this? Nah. Oh, you could do that. Takegos togish na dona. You could do that. That's not wrong either. So look, there's three sentences. And then if you look at Bissingen dot Gokkedut, what he said, the little trickery rule is you put na second in the sentence, so you just flip those your verb and your noun. But you could have it at the end. It makes sense too. Takegos nuk dogish na don. Oh, see, the sentence sounds so much different now, eh? Takegos nuk dogish na don instead of dogish na don na takegos. Takegos nuk dogish na don. So you see again, there's a K and a D there. You could run that na into that. So that's where you get that here a really hard K sound. Takigos nakto. Oh, yeah. So I'm running it right into. Oh, actually, I'm reading from there. Yeah, can't. Takigas naktogish nadon. My grandma would use my gokmas would see the D. She'd make that more of a T sound. So takigas naktogish nadon. She would use that. It sounded really cool. It's nice. Nice to hear her speak. Her and my aunt, my Annie Bun. Um, I never ever probably told you this already, but I never ever heard them talk to each other in English once since Annie. She just um, recently in boa, so she just recently passed away. That's the sentence. There's a sentence for you, gin bo. That means passed away. But I heard a sentence that kind of freaked me out. That not like in a just in a linguistic way, I guess. But I would uh, was it Larry Geox? Need mina Peter give motsa non megwa yat whether oxiogam gong megwa and then Nishnaabem. He Nishnaabem wak. Oh, he started my recorder too, yeah. um, gi ginon gin megwa Nishnaabem wat ginon doa ginon doa megwa Nishnaabem wat ginon doa Larry kedot ga kedot gin gegon gin nib gegon gin nib. He said. I was like, what? I was like, oh, okay. What happened was I actually remember this quite because Larry was trying to get the word out and he said "gin po," and then Peter I had it on the recording. Actually, Peter he said "ki gin." He said "gin nib." I was like, oh, and then Larry, gin nib, get on gin nib. Then he corrected himself. He said "gin nib." So that's the so there's I'm just sharing that with you for the word "npo," "npo," or "npo" is someone who's passed, but it follows under the verb to category. So if I get on gi nip, I almost well, it's a pretty serious sentence saying I almost died, but just showing you how it would work. Well, I could say that because I did almost one time got ran over. Whoa, I just didn't know that. I guess when I was in the hospital there, I had no broken bones or nothing. The the doctor asked me, "Holy smokes, what are you made of?" I guess I thought I had to answer something. Well, I don't know, sponge. He said. So my mom always reminds me of that I said that. Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Okay, going down to the Onanektung Gondogist. If you play Elden Ring, key nib is something you say all the time. It's true. It's odd. Key nib. Going dogis na dozin takegos. Onanektung going dogis na dozin takegos. Takegos. Shark na shimong. Going dogis na dozin takegos. Shark na shimong. Onanektung. Onanekid yan. Oh my God, give me a cold now. Hey, hey, hey. I am not buying the little potato. Yes, 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 yes. Gandogis na dozin takkegas. Yeah, 100%. Square. Mie gesit kemin. Gandogis na dozin. I am not buying the little potato. I bet you didn't know you're getting it. You didn't know you're testing your brains out like this when you're getting into this language, eh? It's been. I was quite surprised, but it's been so good for my brains. Like I feel like I know a lot more. It had definitely helped with intellectually. Ooh, intellectually. Number 5. Oh, yep. Yes, yes, yes. Like our speakers, man, they don't know that there's this language is so it's complicated, man. Like just these little words, like just to talk about buying stuff, you have to think about so much stuff. You have to think about so right here. So look at Wagnen Wagish na daw yan. Ano nektong Wagnen Wagish na daw yan. Jag na simong. Win Mao Shin. Jibigan. Jibige Motion. Jibi Mo. Oh, Jibi Motion. There it is. Right to me. Jibi Motion. Jibi Motion. Wagnen Wagish na daw yan. Jag na simong. Ma NJ Jibigang. NJ Jibigang. Whatever you can use that sentence too. NJ Jibigang. Ma. Jibigan. Jibi Motion ma NJ Jibigang. Kana watch ke ka Jibigang. Gonna watch Gaggy spin if it's right or not. Oh, Chim went done Nishnaabemwin. Daya ma bin. Oh no, I can't say that. Wagnen Wagish na daw yan. What we talking about? Ano nektong Wagnen Wagish na daw yan. Jag na simong. Me. What do my computer might be a little bit slow. What do you want? So I'm sorry for jumping ahead if you actually. So I was looking at this. This computer's at 728. This computer's at 731. So I didn't realize that we're over time into the break. So I was watching this time. I should be watching this time. Anyways. What do you want to buy? And Ne, nui gish na na. On nek dong ne nui gish na na. Oh, nek dong ne nui gish na na. Jog na Simon. Jimmy Mo shit ma. Kana watch ke ma Monday ma kicken dot. Oh, yep. Correct, Ron. Very correct. Banana. So partridge. Writing on the wrong computer. It's funny. I'm just looking here. Nothing's happening. Oh, yep. Forgot that's partridge. I want to bite my hand. I'm gonna go. Just gonna do this. Just because this is the way it's lined up in the Ojibwe. So I just might show you, show you how possibly maybe if you heard our elders speaking before, sometimes the sentences, well, not gonna make fun of their Ojibwe, but it's just, I mean they're English, but sometimes hanging out with them and their sentences do. And I didn't realize, like, because now I hang. Uh, Me and Evelyn are. She's one of my best good friends there. One of my homies. We're always hanging out. We're doing lots of work together, doing translation. Hey, we did translation for the Canadian Army. So I thought that was pretty cool. Me and Evelyn. She did the translating. I did the writing. If you want to be funny, if I can be completely honest. Oh, actually, Mary Doki's guest. She was part of that. She helped with the couple words there as well. So when you do the translations and stuff you have to, like, I'm kind of like the middleman right now, running around writing around the computer. Hopefully one day I could do it on my own. Not I don't want to. No. I always want to work with the speakers, of course. But yeah. Anyways, that was cool. So ne nagwigish na no. Ne nagwigish na no. Ne nagwigish na no. Ne nagwigish na no. Oh, and there's another thing. When you speak, it's nope. Me. Me, eh? Do you want to buy a partridge? Okay, what part in the sentence tells you that it's okay, how could you tell this is an animate sentence? What part in the sentence tells you that it's animate? Okay. That's your question for this sentence. What part of this sentence, ne, na quigish na na, tells you it's animate? What part? How could you tell? Okay, nah, yes, but that's only we know that. That's like the understanding that you have. But what part in the sentence tells you this? Eh? More. It's like it's in the verb. So I'm just gonna highlight it. So this for sure, actually, well for me, well for us for sure is this. Then the well then no, and go down this it that in a it's called a VTA. So it's a verb, right? You know it's a verb, but it's animate. Or no, it's transitive. Which transitive means is that it's gonna be the heck transitive. So the verb has to be transferred to somebody or something. So I have to be doing the verb to somebody or something. So I have to see. So this one is gonna be buying a partridge. So because it's inanimate, it's a living object. You have to say it like that in the animate, uh, I guess, way of speaking. So it's the na at the end, but the two A's tell me it's to somebody or something to an animate thing. So that tells me that's the part that tells you that it's a in the sentence. That's the part that tells you it's living, non-living. But banana for sure is something we know through just the verb and nouns we know. Oh. But yes, banana is would be something that would indicate that would make our sentence go into an animate way of speaking. Okay, going down there. Gawan wigis na nasi. Ano nektong gawan wigis na nasi ne? Jagna shimong. Jagna shimong. Pane. Kena gimin kwe. Aja gimin kwe. Oh, I don't want to buy a partridge. Mwehe. Me eh. Oh, Tara, that's you. Piche. Piche kwe monday. Oh, get pigi gibish. Pitendam jawab man. Holland. It's nice to see you. I said it's Tara and I. We go way back. We go way back. We had some pretty fun classes there. Remember Tara? Right, and we were in right in Twigs. I think is you, myself, Wolf. That was fun. We had some fun classes. There was only three of us in the whole class most of the time. Most of the time it was just Tara and I. The Twigs. Yeah. No, and yes, that's correct. I don't want to buy a partridge. Yes, yes. So I don't want to buy a partridge. So okay, so he's kind of if you take a look at the negative ending, I just wanted to point that out. See that the negative ending, because it's animate, it switched back to C. Then when it's inanimate, it's going to be seen or zine most of the time. But the reason why it's zine or seen because it goes the I'll show you after, but it does do that. So gawin nuigishta nasi correct. Okay, here we go. Next sentence. Wagnen ge gish na to yan. Ano nektong Wagnen Gagish Nadoyan. Jagnoshi, have to ask two questions and have to ask you how to ask a question. Onanektung. Wagnen Wagish Nadoyan. Jagnoshi, I don't know if that's the right intonation, but I hope it's. Oh yeah, me too. Those were yep. Maybe I'll have to take this one of these computers to a Twigs and just to bring back the little feel. Okay, Wagnen Gagish Nadoyan. Onanektung Wagnen Gagish Nadoyan Jagnoshi, Win Moushin. Jibi Game Moushin. Oh no, Jibi Moushin. GB Motion Gawkid Yod. Ooh, see? There's the C form again. Win Motion Gawkid Yod. So kiddo is your verb. Oh, I'm not gonna do that. Wagnin Gagishna Doyan. Win Motion. GB Motion Gawkid Yod. I'll use that for now. Wagnin Gagishna Doyan. GB Motion Gawkid Yod. Gawkid Yon. Real low. When do you? When do you want to call? Still shopping. But here's your hint. So you're gonna find because that's in front of the verb here. I'm gonna get you to do your own little research for a second here. I think he's. Oh wait! I see it there. Want to? If you look up at, you can see sentence 5 there. It's Wagnen Wa Gishna Doyan, and we have what do you want to buy? Whoa. Gakid what? Bissing and Dotman and Natasha. Gakid what? So what Bissing and Dot Natasha said is me, Me, What are you going to buy, or what are you gonna buy? What do you gotta buy, or what are you gonna? What are you gonna buy? There, yeah, that's it right there. What are you gonna buy? Oh, there, get piggy bitko shin ma. Shmo G. Oh, Nishin Jawab man. It's good to see you. Happy you made it still. Ever awesome. Okay, yes, get. That's where you're gonna buy coat. So, how did you figure that out? How would you know it's gonna be gonna or going to or what you gonna? How did you figure that out? The get? Yes. Okay. The get. What? Another way to say it. What will you buy? No, we'll go. What are you going to try that? Okay. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So you can tell here now. If we'll get you to scroll down to scroll up a minute or scroll somewhere to number 6. Chimiwech. Okay, so if you look at this now, Wagnen ge, gish na daw yan. Here ge, that's that. And that's your guess for going to. Okay, so now we're gonna go down to this one. Onenektong nagos gagish na donan. Nagasan gagish na donan. Jibi motion ga kidyan. Jibi motion ga kidyan. Nagos gagish na donan. Going to buy a cup? Is that your final answer? One ga kidot. Tara, is that your final answer? A cup? I'm gonna say it looks. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm going to buy cups. That's it. That is it. I'm going to buy cups. So here I'm gonna tell you the secret ingredient to know why this one was going to. Okay, so the reason why it became that. So if you look at this ga, so remember I said the rule about C form, it's the first vowel of the sentence gets the change. So as you could see, well, we'll just go look at number 7. You can see Debot, you can see the we, and it's wa. So what that kind of tells me, what the kind of pattern is that the I's are going to turn into A's when it's in C form. But because here, I'm just going to tell you how it goes. Because when you put you can't get the words out, the tense marker on, it becomes a part of the word. That's why you put that little dash there, or whatever that thing is, that little line. You put that little line there in between the wad and the verb, and then in the tense marker, that's showing that it connects to the word. That's why your N goes in front of it, and so there's just how some rules work. Why did I say that again? Okay, so that makes the two A's. That makes so if it's nui, shit, this is so tough to explain because it's like you have to like. I'm trying to leave out a big chunk and it's really hard. Anyways, so you see the we becomes wa because the two I's for we is your. That's why I showed you we is your tense marker. It is, but there's another rule in the Ojibwe that will turn it into wa. So the C form will turn into wa. For some reason, the first vowels of the first vowel of the sentence will change. That's hard to explain. Okay, so that's what's happening here. So ga is your ga now. Then if you go here, it's ge. Ga. But really what's happening is the all that's happening is the A is turning into an E here because of the C form rule is that the first vowel changes to it, and it does have a special one that it goes to. So this ga turns into a ge. That's the rule. And then it will end like this. And then your pronoun is at the end. So neen geen ween. So now neen geen ween is it's an N, a K, or it's nothing at all. But in these other forms, your neen gi. So your geen will be yan. I might be throwing too much at you, but that's just just in case you're interested. Okay, I want to buy cups. Sorry, I did that. I didn't mean to. That was just to explain "ga" and why it's how you got that answer is going to, or why it's going to be going to, is that "ga" and "ge." I could have just explained that. I didn't need me to show "wa" and "we" already, but anyways. Kagishna do nan Kagishna do na naga san. Kagishna do nan na naga san. Na naga san. Oh yeah, yeah. That's it. Kagishna do nan na naga san. No, not he or she. Oh, I see what's. Buying cups is correct, but the pronoun is. Just got to fix the pronoun. Kagishna do nan na naga san. Jibi motion got kidyan. Okay, you got. Oh yeah, I know it's. Usually, I wouldn't tell you C form, but until later. But just throwing it out there's the. We will come back to this anyways, and if you reason, just to explain why, that's why it does that. A little bit. Kagish Kagishna donan ka. So what happens? When you're in your sentence, when you line up your sentences, or if you're gonna go. So I'm gonna buy. So I'm gonna go say I walked. Ngi pom se. Then you walked. Ki pom se. And he or she walked. Gi pom se. So ngi pom se. And we know ngi is past. It's gi, right? But why is it ki? And then why is this ka? Oh, someone say something? Yes, did you buy cups? Yeah, yeah. Did you buy cups? Holy smokes, they just got just for that sentence, there's so much little stuff changing around. But it's hard on the brain now, but it's I can tell you right now it's very helpful later on when you're trying to listen to it. When you listen to it more and more, you can and then just going back and looking at these little rules again every so often, just you'll hear it in the stories. Did you buy cups? This is correct. Now, I think we're down to our. Might even be able to do number 7, but let's see what we can do. Gone kagishna those. Gone. I made it. There's a spelling error. Gone gagishna those. Gone gagishna those. Oh, gone gagishna those. Nan naga san. There we go. Gawan gagishna those. Nan naga san. Gone gagishna those. Oh, I don't buy cups. Hmm. Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna say no. Oh, no, not in the past. That's not in the past. So if look at up your sentence. Your sentence kind of tells you. Going and going. So if you look at the sentence, it's like, what are you going to buy? I'm going. Oh, yeah. There we go. That sounds pretty definite. I'm not buying cups, man. Not buying any cups here. Hey, that's what just trying to pretend I'm getting all mad. Gagi wektas. Gonna go home all mad. Sorry. Anyways, wrong Peter again. Wait. I'm not buying cups. Wait, that doesn't sound. Buying almost. Oh, wait, you are not. I don't know. But I'm going to put it like this. Just to make it more clear. I'm not going to buy cups. There. That's quite definite. So. And I imagine so just the way sometimes you hear the way Nishnaabe speak, Vedic Taganing, or just the indigenous people in the. Oh, how am I going to tell you this? Oh, everything's quite. Sometimes it's quite direct. Hey, not buying cups, real, just straight up, real correct, real, not real, as direct as you get it. I was just thinking about this earlier. I remember the way my brother comes in there. No words. Like if he needs help, he comes in. He just takes off. So you gotta go. And you'll go out and you'll be standing there like getting ready to pick up half a coach. Like, oh, so I just go in there and bring it in. That's even more direct. Just no words. Just, but that's kind of reminds me of how it is in the Vedic. I know for sure Tiganing pretty direct. Anyways, looks like we're at our dinner. We didn't get to finish, but that's all right. We could finish it off. Two more, anyways. That'll be a good way to start off our next class to refresh. Again, I want to hats off to y'all for coming out, taking time out of your busy schedule. It's true, man, because as we know, schedules, even just trying to put extra couple glasses of water in your schedule is kind of tough. But taking a whole chunk of time is even more. So appreciate that, because this language is very, very important for us. So, chimigwet keep it go up magum. No, go up magum. We will see yous. Go up magum, bomb up. Peace.